terrible offensive coordinator with the Jets. Everybody thought, with 10 people here, he can run the Wildcat, master it, and Jets are going to be the best team in the NFL. Clearly that didn't happen.
If I recall correctly, he wasn't terrible as a head coach in Miami.
Yeah, but he wasn't great either.
But as an interim coach, don't you think he's decent?
No. Because when he was the coach, he had Brandon Marshall, so he had talent on the team. There's no talent besides.
Who was his quarterback? Chad Pennington? In the last year of his career?
All right.
Okay, Nick. 7.5 points against the Chargers, who I think are one of the best teams in the NFL this year.
The Raiders are winless. Their coach is fired.
The Jets just lost to the Raiders by 31, and the Jets beat the Raiders. I don't see any way the Raiders are within 14 points here. The last time we had a big spread for the Chargers was plus 14 against the Jaguars, and that was an easy cover as well. I think the Raiders are going to win this one by at least 15 points.
I think the Raiders are going to shock the world.
All right, keep talking.
All right. Now we have Jimmy's team, and I'm so glad I'm picking the Bears in this one. You guys are with Jimmy on this one, picking the Falcons -3. I'm going with the Bears on the road. Jay Cutler, it's time to redeem yourself, buddy. Go for it.
The Falcons are amazing at home. It's like the Saints. And the Bears are a weird team. They'll lose to the Bills and then I can't really think of a team on top of my head who they beat. That was pretty good. But then they'll do well another week and then lose to the Packers by 20 points or so. So the Bears are a really unpredictable team. They should be an amazing team because of the talent that they have on the team. And I think the Falcons, they're just a whole different team at home. So offensively, not defensively. Defensively, they're still terrible, but offensively, they're a completely different team. I see the Falcons winning.
All right, you guys can just choose to be wrong. I think
Falcons at home is an easy pick for me, Nick.
I'm probably gonna go 5-0 this week and take control of the standings because you guys are picking against me in every single game. So next up we have the Cowboys plus 8.5 at the Seahawks.
So you're picking against logic in every single game?
I'm not picking against logic because this one I actually think the Seahawks will win. I just think the Cowboys will come within a touchdown. Just because of the way the Seahawks have been playing, I haven't been impressed.
Yeah, but DeMarco Murray is going to have his roughest game of the year this year. I bet they hold him too close to around 100 yards, and without DeMarco Murray putting up in the 170s in rushing yards, it's going to be hard for the Cowboys to muster the offense to stay with the suddenly high-powered Seahawks attack, as Russell Wilson has been playing fantastic. Marshawn Lynch will get his carries and he'll get his yards, but overall, I see the Cowboys as a team who certainly has a chance to cover, but there's no way they're going to win this game. 8.5 is certainly a big line when you consider the fact that the Chargers are only 7.5-point favorites over the Raiders. But I still think that the Seahawks are the best team in the league, and I think that the Cowboys definitely have their struggles. This is one of those games that we're going to wonder why the Cowboys are as good as they are, and especially in Seattle, it's hard to even come close to this team.
All right. I mean, I just feel like the Chargers took it to the Seahawks. And I feel the Cowboys are a better team than the Chargers. I still think the Seahawks will pull it off. The Seahawks will pull it off just because they're at home. But the Cowboys will come close. Within a touchdown, I'm thinking.
The Chargers are the second best team in the league behind the Seahawks this year. There's no doubt about that. The Cowboys are not in the same class as either of those teams. I firmly believe that. I see the Seahawks rolling in this one.
All right. Speaking of the NFC East, we have Snowball's Giants plus 2.5 at the Eagles Monday Night Football. Why are you guys picking the Giants?
Because I'm pumped. I'm ready. We're going to kill the Eagles. Blackout. Who cares? Let's go. Eli, killing it. Secondary sucks on the Eagles. I know I'm just speaking. I don't know why I was talking like that. But, basically, the Giants' confidence is so high right now, I just can't see them not losing. I mean, can't see them losing. So, I'm riled up. I'm ready. I think Eli's going to have an amazing day. I don't care if Rashad Jennings is hurt. Andre Williams is going to truck over every single defender. They're talking smack in Philly right now. I'm ready. I'm ready to kill the Eagles. I'm picking the Giants all the way. G-Men, all the way. Let's go.
Now, in case you guys didn't know, Snowball is a Giants fan. Snowball, the homer statement of the week isn't till later on in the show.
Well, we're making picks.
Like, did you
we're
actually
making picks about teams?
hold up?
Go with my team.
Did you actually have a factual statement anywhere in that argument, though? Yeah.
The Giants have a better win streak right now than the Eagles.
All right. CB, can you at least try and back that up? The Giants pick.
I like the way that Andre Williams has been running. Not having Rashad Jennings is going to hurt the Giants a little bit, but I think Andre Williams has been running the ball really well. Victor Cruz is starting to look a little bit better than he did at the start of the season. He's been catching the ball for once in his life, and I think Eli Manning's really been liking the fact that he has a target, and I think Odell Beckham Jr. looked really good last week, and Eli Manning's going to really like having a receiver that is fast and some size that he's going to be able to trust on the outside.
All right. Coming from a desperate fantasy owner, LaShawn McCoy is going to have a breakout game this week.
Not against that Giant D-line. The JPP.
Is there another D lineman besides the JPP, Miss Snowball? Justin Tuck's on the Raiders now, and you guys picked against him.
Oh my god, I just thought of... this sounds bad coming from a Giant fan. I just thought of... Jaquan Williams has done pretty well recently. As much as I hated him in the past, he's actually done really, really well for some odd reason. And I'm thinking Odell's going to have a good game too. I'm not just saying that because I'm being a homer. I actually believe that Odell Beckham could actually have another touchdown today. This next week. Sorry. Hankins has done all right for the Giants. Matthias. I mean, the O-line's all been great. Perry Fuel's been doing a great job with that team. A team that's kind of had to rebuild, re-identify their defense. It's looking really, really well right now. And, hopefully they keep it going, and I'm ready to beat the Eagles.
All right. All I heard out of your mouth was Homer, 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 Giant, 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 beat the Eagles.
Robert Ayers has been good on the DN too.
All right. Eagles are winning this game. If you're putting money on it, bet the Eagles. I'm right. If you guys want to take care of the suicide pool real quick, CB's picking the Packers. Snowball's picking the Broncos. You guys can duke it out.
Broncos playing Jets. Jets look terrible. Geno Smith missing game film, missing meetings, getting benched at halftime. Vic not looking good either. Peyton Manning is Peyton Manning. Broncos win.
CB?
Yeah, I like the Denver pick, actually. I already chose the Broncos, so I can't pick them. I was down between two games. I had the option of Green Bay at Miami, and even though Miami won last week, they've really been struggling, especially with their quarterback situation, Ryan Tannehill. And I ended up deciding to take Green Bay. I did take Green Bay, excuse me. The other option I was thinking of is Detroit at Minnesota, but I just don't like Detroit's consistency, so I decided to take Green Bay. I trust Aaron Rodgers. He's my fantasy quarterback in one of my leagues, probably my most important league. And I decided that I'm going to put the trust in him. I don't think Miami's good. I don't think anyone in the AFC is really that good. So I think Green Bay is a strong team, and they've been playing well of late. So I'm going to trust Aaron Rodgers at Miami. And even though I normally choose not to pick teams on the road, my options are so limited that both those teams are on the road, and there was not a single team I really liked that was at home, so I decided to go Green Bay.
All right, fair enough. And CB, I'm going to give it to you. You beat me in fantasy last week, so I'll let you brag for a little bit.
No bragging needed, really. We all know that I'm the better team.
What? I believe it was more of a
league.
fluke.
I did actually drop for most points in the league last week to second most.
Yeah, that's the only way you're gonna beat the Bay Area Bros.
Is what?
Dropping the most points in the league.
No, I dropped from the most points overall in the league to second most.
Well, then you just got lucky.
I would also like to note that this week Jake Liker and I have a matchup for between the two 4-1 teams, and we actually have him. He's going to join us. Nick, is he ready yet?
I think he's coming now. He can check on that. I don't even know what the other matchups are, to tell you
Basically,
the truth.
my team had a bit of a rough week last week, but was still superior to.
You have a rough week.
Yeah, we had a bad week. That was our lowest scoring performance. We were still superior to the Bear Bros, who were dropped to 2-3.
All right.
How can you explain your 2-3 record?
I have 2 money leagues to focus on. That's how I explain it.
Same here, dude. Same here.
Snowball, how are you doing in the Boston League?
I have 2 money leagues as well.
The luckiest monsters have not done too well. I think we're got 2 wins or 1 win. It's been rough.
You have probably the best quarterback in the league so far this year. And
I know. I have the best fantasy player.
And who would that be?
Andrew Luck.
That'd be Andrew.
Oh yeah, I have him in one of my money leagues. He's legit. And
DeMarco
that
Murray.
beard though.
Oh, that was the best. I had DeMarco Murray, picked him 4th round in one of my money leagues.
Well, just saying the fact that you guys let me have Russell Wilson as my backup quarterback makes me very happy when I have to sit Drew Brees this week.
CB had no first-round draft picks. Has the number 1 running back in the league. He has Drew Brees. Russell Wilson is his backup.
I have the number 1.
We are not trading draft. Trading draft picks is like the worst thing ever.
Wasn't that? I believe that was Byron's idea.
There's no point in doing it. Believe me.
I believe that was Byron's idea.
I was the only one who didn't trade a single draft pick either.
Yeah, I know. I made a huge mistake. I traded down, trying to get Antonio Brown. That didn't work out too well. Is Jake coming?
Jake said he's getting on, but basically, for those of you who didn't hear a prior episode of my strategy, I just completely traded down. I drafted my defense, my backup quarterback, and my first backup flex in Marcus Colston in the second, or by the 7th round. I was pretty much done drafting all my starters and all my bench, and it caused my team to be really deep. And then I used that to trade up to get players when teams had needs. And basically, right now I have no Sean Moreno, Mark Ingram, Colston on my bench. Moreno might play this week. Ingram's supposed to play next week, and I have Drew Brees on my bench as well as Josh Gordon. And have still been able to put up in those points.
Blake have Josh?
Blake dropped Josh Gordon.
He also Blake Devine. If you guys don't know him, he actually hosts a show with Noah Taborda. Blake in the 9th round, 9th or 10th?
I think it was 9th.
In the 9th round, he had back-to-back picks. So with the last pick of the 9th round, he picks Josh Gordon. This was after his suspension was confirmed. And then with the first pick in the 10th round, Blake Devine selected Matt Prater. And look how that turned out.
Suzanne.
But we do have none other than Jake Liker joining us, fellow member of the I Hate the NCAA Club, and CB's fantasy opponent this week, Jake Liker, everybody. How about that UCLA team today, Jake?
I'm absolutely terrible. Let me tell you a story. I drove
Story time.
an hour to Pasadena, and by I mean my dad, so it's not that bad. It was about 90 degrees. It was so hot that a blimp flew in front of the sun for a second, and there was this fleeting moment when there was shade, and the crowd roared with excitement. And 2 seconds later, it was just...
Well, let me tell you.
Well, I'm starting to wear my sweatshirt to school every day now, so...
Yeah, Jake's from Cali.
Jake, it's not as bad as driving an hour to watch your high school team, and I actually drove, and driving an hour to watch your 4-0 football team take on another 4-0 team, and seeing a quite good other 4-0 football team, and ending up losing 42-7.
But you got to broadcast it.
All right, hold up. Wait,
No,
I don't know
no,
why you
you're
two are complaining. I don't know why you're complaining. You have a football team for your high school. Some of us aren't so lucky. All right, but Jake, we're not here to talk about UCLA. We're not here to talk about the NCAA.
Some of us don't have a pro football team. Some of us aren't so lucky.
Well, you're going to get one in like 3 years.
All right,
No,
Jake.
We've been told 3 years for the past 20 years.
All right, Jake. We're not here to talk about real sports. We're here to talk about fantasy sports. What words do you have for CB this week?
Good luck. I believe.